All right, as a leader, you know you're constantly fighting a battle on two fronts, right? You've got to control costs, but you also have to attract and keep the absolute best talent. So, what if you could take one of your biggest mandatory expenses, I'm talking about payroll taxes, and actually turn it into a powerful tool to win that battle? Well, in this explainer, we are going to break down exactly how you can do that. So let's talk about growth. You're pushing hard, you're hitting your targets, you're scaling the team. It feels great. But with every single new W-2 employee you bring on, you see that payroll tax liability just climb. It's the paradox of growth, isn't it? Your very success creates this significant financial drag. Let's dig into this dilemma. If that quote hits home, you are not alone. This isn't just some fleeting thought. It's the central challenge for pretty much any growth-minded executive. You're constantly on the hunt for smart, fully compliant ways to beef up your bottom line without sacrificing the culture and the benefits that make your company a place people actually want to work. And look, this isn't just one problem. It's really a vicious cycle. Those rising FICA taxes, the mandatory Social Security and Medicare tax you pay for every single employee, they directly eat into your profitability. And that, in turn, makes it way harder to invest in the very benefits that keep your best people from taking that call from a competitor. It's a cycle that can seriously stall growth. Okay, but what if you could not only break this cycle, but actually reverse it? What if you could leverage a federally incentivized program to turn that tax liability into a strategic asset for growth? Let's take a look at the solution. The solution is something called a SIMRP. That stands for Self-Insured Medical Expense Reimbursement Program. Now, the most important thing to get right away is that this is not some kind of loophole. This is a formal IRS-recognized program. It's built on established tax codes. We're talking Section 105 and 106 that are specifically designed to incentivize preventive wellness in the workplace. I know what you might be thinking. This sounds way too good to be true. What's the catch? And you know what? That's a totally fair question. So let's break down exactly what this program is, and maybe just as importantly, what it is not. First and foremost, let's be crystal clear, this is not a replacement for your current health insurance. Think of it as a supplemental wellness plan that works right alongside what you already offer. It's like a smart, efficient layer that adds a ton of value for your team without creating a bunch of extra work for your HR department. So here's how it works under the hood. The program compliantly reclassifies a portion of an employee's gross pay. Instead of just being income, it becomes a reimbursement for this company-sponsored wellness plan. Now, this simple IRS-approved adjustment reduces the taxable income for both the company and the employee. And what does that mean? It lowers the FICA tax liability for both of you. The key is it does all this without any new out-of-pocket costs. So what does this actually mean in practical terms? Well, the impact is twofold, and it creates this really powerful win-win for both your company's P&L and your people's well-being. For the business, the impact is immediate. You'll see a direct reduction in your monthly federal payroll tax bill, and that cash flows right to your bottom line. But it goes beyond the hard numbers. By giving your team better, easier access to preventative care, you're also building a more productive and present workforce, which, as you know, is a massive competitive advantage. Now, flip the coin and look at it from your team's perspective. Suddenly, they have access to virtual care, mental health support, and prescriptions with zero copays. I mean, this is a huge upgrade to their benefits package that costs them nothing, and it actually increases their take-home pay. This is the kind of benefit that gets people talking and makes your company a place top talent wants to be. And you don't have to take my word for it. The feedback from companies already doing this really speaks for itself. Employers see it as a game changer for recruitment and retention, and their employees feel genuinely supported, with access to care they just didn't have before. This is how you build a loyal, truly engaged culture. So we get to the big question. What does this actually look like for your bottom line? How do you translate this powerful concept into a hard number that your CFO can get excited about? The path to getting a clear, data-driven forecast of the financial impact is, you'll be happy to hear, refreshingly straightforward. It's designed to be simple, transparent, and there's no obligation. It all starts with a brief consultation. From there, all you do is provide a simple employee census. We're just talking basic, non-personal data here. With that information, a custom proposal is built that outlines the precise, line-by-line payroll tax savings for your entire company. And honestly, this is the most important part of the whole process. I can't give you a generic savings number. The savings are directly tied to your specific W-2 headcount and your payroll.
So the only way to accurately quantify this massive financial opportunity is with a personalized analysis that's based on your company's actual census data.
So the final question I'll leave you with is this. What could you build? What could you reinvest in your business? Who could you hire? What new markets could you go after if you could turn a mandatory tax expense into fuel for growth? This really is a rare opportunity to strengthen both your balance sheet and your culture at the same time, creating a powerful competitive advantage in the war for talent.